Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Zero Pest Depot. We're here from ZeroPestDepot.com where you can get your household pest control supplies. And right now we're going to be reviewing the Catchmaster Rat Glueboards, and we're going to tell you what you can do with this and some great tricks to use to catch your rodents. Okay, so these traps, they come, this is in a wrapper of two, sets of two, because we're wholesalers and retailers. We get the bigger box that carries 48, which can also be purchased on our website. But if you just want to buy two, you can get these right here, and they have a little tab here just to keep them stuck together, to help keep them together so they don't crack open during shipment. And you can peel this off. I'm going to take this one off. So you just snap, take it off, and then they split. So you get two traps for the price of one. Now these two together are great to put directly in front of your stove. So what I like to do is I don't put them directly in front of the stove, because when a mouse, they typically run along the edges. They run along the baseboards, along the trim of your cabinets. They run along the side, the gap on the sides of the stove. So what you would do is you would turn these this way, and you would get on your knees and get under the stove, and you slide it with your two fingers, slide it, and then grab it. It has a little tab here. You can grab it, you can just push it over, push it up against the side there. You just have to get it past the legs of the stove, those little legs holding up the stove, to get the right balance. Those legs, you can adjust the leg stand. You can screw it up, screw it down to adjust for uneven flooring. So you have to get past that and move it over towards the right, and then you can get that going. You can put one on either side, and this is a great way to catch rodents. This is great for mouse and rats. We use this primarily, we are in Westchester, New York, so we service a lot of single-family, multi-family homes. So it's typically house mice, sometimes a field mouse. Rarely do we get rats. That's more of a, I mean, it happens in Westchester, but it's more of a city thing, and it has worked for that as well when we go down there. But with rats, we tend to use more bait and poison. But with, let's say you do have a mouse or a rat, and it's a single one, what I recommend is buying these. This is Catchmaster's Rat Glueboards 48B, and this is great to put under the stove. So now if you want to, let's talk about allures, stuff in your house that you can use to attract the rodents. So what you can do is you take a knife, because you don't want to get your scent on it, on the product that you're gonna try to attract them with. So you take a knife, you scoop a little bit of peanut butter, and you put it on the two dots here. That little lift there uses it to separate from these glue boards. It's just a little separation there to separate the two glue boards. And you would put like a dot of peanut butter in there. Sorry about the noise. Put a dot of the peanut butter there. You can use Nutella, you can use Skippy, you can use that. I had great success with beef jerky, more with field mice. Beef jerky works. With house mouse, I have more success with peanut butter. One customer told me to try ground beef, but that's just too messy for this type of application. So you use these. Now let's say you want to run them along the back of the stove. The back of the stove also has a gap towards the center, so when you pull the stove out, the back of the stove is not completely flat. It has an indentation mark, and you'll see the gas line running, and you'll see all of that. But to put these on the floor behind the stove, you put them along the back, up against the wall, you know, flat up against the wall, and then you put it more towards the center. Try not to go towards the right or left side, because remember, the legs of the stove are gonna hit the glue traps, and the glue traps gonna flip up and stick to the stove. So you want to put this in the middle, or maybe you want to play it safer. This is the rat glue board, right? So we have the mouse glue board too. So this is also, these are the Max Catch mouse glue boards from Catchmaster. They have lines in the back, so you can use these lines as a way to fold it. It gives you the lines of where to fold and how to tuck in. But these glue boards here, these are great for insects and rodents. So I'm just going to use this one as an example. You peel it, grab it like this, and it hits the line here. It's already perforated. You go like that, right? And then it has a little space here, and you tuck this. You tuck this piece. You tuck it inside. I used to tuck it, I used to do it the other way. I used to flip this out and tuck it and have this flap sticking out. But you want to tuck it in so that this part that's tucked in, it hits a piece of the glue there. And the glue helps it stay together. So you can drop it and it won't pop open. Because if you do it the other way and you drop it, let's say you don't want to pull, you can't pull the stove the whole way. You want to drop these back there. Then if you don't fold it in the right way, this will pop open once it hits the ground. So this is a great way. You can also put something, a little dab of peanut butter in the center of these, and they're great to catch mouse. This is great for mice. If you want to use it for roaches, if you've seen our video on our Advion roach gel bait or the ant bait, we use these a lot for roach applications as well. When it's a heavy infestation and you want to use not just the gel, or you just don't want to have the gel squirted inside of your cabinets, you can put a dot or a couple dots in the corners of these glue boards, and the roach will climb onto the glue and get stuck. And this can get filled up with roaches pretty quickly depending on the infestation, and you can just toss it out and there's no mess to your cabinets. So these are these glue boards as well, also available on our site, zeropestdepot.com. Now let me just show you one more glue board application. I'm gonna do separate reviews and use cases for these glue boards. Right now, we're talking about the Rat Glue Boards, the 48Bs, where you can buy sets of 2 for, I believe, $4. They'll be on sale soon. If they're not on sale, just keep checking our site. Prices go up and down depending on availability and our suppliers. But these glue boards here, these are also Catchmaster, same company. I'm just gonna put in the same video. And these, they have perforation marks all along the center and along the sides. These are also great. All right guys, sorry for the chop clip. I don't know where exactly we left off, but I'm gonna, the Catchmaster Mouse and Insect Glue Trap, great glue board for insects. I know we're talking in this video about the Rat Glue Boards, like I said, but these are very nice if you wanna take care of your roach issue, spiders. These are great, but these also have the perforation marks down the middle and along the side there, so then you can cut them into little squares, put gel, stick them all around the apartment. You don't have to use the bigger glue trap, because these, you would fold these. These are better for heavy infestation above the cabinets, under the sink, behind the appliances. You put a couple drops of gel. But if it's inside each cabinet, inside each shelf, then you would use these. Cut this up and you can put a little drop and it'll spread that bait out there, okay? So, for the Rat Glue Boards, great application by garage doors, inside the house of course, along the sides. You can put one on each side. It's great because rodents tend to enter through the garage doors. Under the sink, they're a little big. Let me get it so I can show it. All right, this is my arm. Look at that. They're a little big, so under the sink, it will take up real estate under your sink. Behind the fridge, do not recommend these. Unless you have a gap behind your fridge, which is rare for people to have a gap this big. If you do have a gap, then this could work, but the paper folded ones would be best for those. Under the stove, great use in the front or towards the back. Just in the back, remember to put them towards the middle, not towards the end, so the legs of the stove don't hit it. Do not recommend these by the baseboard heaters because they stick out too much. People end up stepping on them, the pets get on them. These are very strong, so if a pet gets on, it's a little bit of a tug of war there to get it off, and then to get the glue off the cat or dog's paw becomes a little bit of a mess. With that as well, I recommend the foldable glue boards, the Catchmaster glue boards. These are great for attics, great for the attic, great for the basement, to put by the boiler, water heater, oil tank. Great to put these. Great to catch camelback crickets in the basement, hopping around, or in your shed, in your detached garage. They get less heat than attached garage or the garages that are in the home. They get less heat, so you get kind of bigger wildlife in the detached garage. There's less activity, less movement going on, so squirrels and all that tend to get into those garages. We don't recommend you try to catch a squirrel with this. It would be very difficult to get him off without him hurting you. You know, we recommend a wildlife cage, catch and release. with some nuts, but this is great to catch rodents in your garage and in your sheds. Okay, thanks for watching. It was a short video. We're gonna try to make more videos, and it's been a while. We're gonna try to shoot a video on every product that we have here, and there's more products to come. As you can see, we have boxes and boxes of stuff, but they're all the same things. We're gonna try to separate these spaces here for each particular rodent and insect problem, and then we'll try to review each product, okay? Thanks again for watching. Check out our website, zeropestdepot.com.